To get started, I wanted to take off on a lighter note, and I wanted to talk about take fouls in transition. So these fouls are allowed in the NBA right now and with slight penalty. So let me show you guys a quick little example. Take a look at this right here. So this is from a G League game. They're off in transition 3-on-1, and the one decides the foul. And allowing the ball to be taken out of bounds, and all the penalty is for the defensive team is to just have that foul on his record. So when it comes to things like this and you're taking away one of the most exciting things in the game is transition basketball, fast-paced ball where you get those passes ahead leading to dunks, open layups, and then, just keeping the game fast-paced. Chris, let me kick it to you first. What's your initial reaction with take fouls, and do you think that they should stay in the game or should they be removed from the game?
I'm gonna just say this, man. Just from playing basketball throughout my whole life, just something. First, I'm playing by the rules. So, say I'm playing by the rules, and it's a smart play. Like far as me, I'll be all for it. But just like say they did take the rule out, players probably would adapt to it. But far as right now, the rules are what they are. So I would say play by the rules. That's a smart play. Stop the points. Make them work for it. And so just letting them get a fast break point sometimes can like swing momentum. Sometimes you gotta just be a smart player, and sometimes that can be a smart play at times. So me personally, not really against it, but say if the rule changes, hey, I mean adapt to it then.
Jalen, what's your initial reaction to this topic here, man?
I actually was thinking about this quite a bit. No, I didn't grow up playing basketball, but I like Chris Jordan's take on it. But for me, like watching it, I understand why like teams do it and why it's done in the NBA. I mean, we watch LeBron in the fast almost always doing that to him. So, but from an NBA perspective, like I guess that I think that it would probably I wouldn't be surprised if they changed that rule actually to like I guess in the way to speed up the game. And I think that they, like if they were to actually change the rule or change the way it's like used, I would think that they would like maybe implement like a free throw or kind of or
Right.
even worse. I don't think they would take it this far. I think they could maybe treat it as a tech if like a certain player continues to do it over and over, and especially if it's like beginning of the game or in the middle of like a quarter and not like towards the end of the game. So
Right.
that's how I kind of see it.
And to add to your point, here is Steve Kerr a little earlier this season talking about take fouls.
The take fouls are counterproductive. Um, in FIBA this summer, getting comfortable with that. Totally different interpretation, different rule. That's a technical, so it's a free throw and the ball out on the side. And I don't know what's going to happen long term, but my sense is the NBA will eventually address that at some point too.
Earlier in that interview, Steve Kerr said that this rule change was probably next. So, Cam, how do you feel about Steve Kerr's comments, and do you agree with him?
Um, and what I agree with, I don't think is to the extreme extent that it's hurting the game. There's other more like rules that haven't been implicated yet that certain fouls, landing jumps, all different types of stuff like that. That's more important than to take fouls. But I mean, it's not like teams are doing it every possession when they have a fast break or it's a breakout. It's like maybe happens a couple times a game. So I really don't think it's that big of a deal that some coaches are making it to seem, oh yeah, maybe if you having momentum and a take foul happens, okay then. But I don't think it's that serious in the end.
To wrap this topic up, I feel like it is serious in a way to where, if you're playing or you're basically rewarding the defense for not getting back in transition, or you're rewarding the defense for getting the ball stolen or taking a bad shot that leads to those long rebounds and then into that transition play. So I would say that FIBA has it right. Like they treat it as a technical, and I have a feeling that that it makes the game more fair. It makes the game a little bit more balanced. The fouls regarding to pump fakes and then jumping in to a defender as you're about to shoot a three or a jump shot, I feel like that helped out the defense a little bit, but now you got to help out the offense a little bit and take away that take foul. I think it's very, very tough to just administer a rule change of that magnitude in a league of this caliber, but I do think it's a problem, and I think it should be addressed in one way or another. Anybody else got anything to add before we move on?
And I'll say this: I feel like with the rules, like say if someone's a bad free throw shooter, sometimes that foul can be smart. Foul them, make the free throws. Don't give up an easy fast break point. So sometimes the rules can work for you in a good way. So sometimes don't always give up the easy fast break points. Make it work the hard way because you're playing to win the game, not lose the game.
I agree, Chris. I agree. And like I said, it's a very difficult balance. And, you got to trust the rule makers of the NBA at the end of the day. But, when it comes to watching the game and attracting new fans, like it's about those highlight plays, right? People want to see those crazy dunks, that crazy speed, great ball movement. And, people don't want to see just a foul match. And just like James Harden said, nobody wants to see people fouling all day. God damn it!
I mean, it's kind of like something similar. Like a couple years ago, the Hacker Shaq last year, Hacker Ben. Like Ben can't syndicate make free throws. That's a smart strategy. Make the free throws. That's like
absolutely
trying to win the game. So how about this? Make your free throws. Just get better at shooting free throws. Maybe I don't know. It's a smart strategy at times.
And so I'll retort with get better at defense. Get back on defense.
Yeah, you're true. That is true.
Yep.
That is true.
It's tough, and it's a good conversation. And I feel like we'll be having this in the future too.
True that.